Central Square girls tennis teams are on a 2-game winning streak, winning against Liverpool on Tuesday 4-3, and on Wednesday they won against Syracuse East 7-0. Baldwinsville reinstated most of their boys' cross-country team. This all coming up on this episode of At CSCS.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! Okay.
Welcome to another edition of SC at CS. We are here this week with Andrew. I'm Mr. Villeneuve, and what do we have on the docket again today?
You're going to say docket again.
I love that word.
Well, I want to first start off by saying congratulations to the girls tennis team, as I said a minute ago. They're on a 2-game winning streak for them, so good for them.
Tennis clap. I won't call it golf clap. Tennis clap.
Okay. Golf, actually, we not doing too good right now, but you know it happens. But the girls tennis team's doing very good. You know, they just won against Liverpool 4-3 on Tuesday, and they won against Syracuse East on Wednesday 7-0. So.
Shut them out, huh?
Shut them out, yeah.
Put up the big goose egg.
Yeah, and they're going to be going team sectionals and individual sectionals for some of them too.
Oh,
so.
Congratulations to you girls. Awesome job.
Also, Baldwinsville.
Yes, they reinstated some of the boys after their hazing. It's kind of crazy week last week. There was 2 hazing incidents. There was the Beeville boys cross-country team and the Cornell men's lacrosse team. They were suspended for the year. They can't play in any games. They're not going to go to the tournament. And the boys cross-country team at Baldwinsville, the whole team was suspended, so they couldn't participate in their own meet.
Yeah.
So, and then after some investigation, they
Reinstated some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The superintendent wouldn't explain how many there were, how many kids, because, and they wouldn't say exactly what happened. But 2 parents said that they believed around 15 to 17 kids were actually in
and
the runners for it.
I would be curious to see how many are on the actual team, because 15 to 17.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of participants.
It is, and it's kind of weird because they just won too on Wednesday. They won against they quietly won is what they called it. They said the Bees quietly returned to running and winning on the cross-country trail. So, I mean, it's something that, it's a bad thing in one case, but the fans still come out, to watch and support them. So it's something they're trying to get through.
The whole hazing thing, a lot of people have thought that hazing has gone away, but it has not. And in the day and age that we're in right now, especially with bullying and things like that, hazing is a form of bullying, and it's got to be something that's looked at all the time. If you are a part of hazing, stop doing it. It's a horrible choice. If you see somebody hazing something else, you have to stand up and say something. If you even hear about it, you have to say something to somebody, because you know what? You're making a choice that's going to be detrimental to you in the long run. This whole hazing thing has kind of, especially this past week, how much has come out is kind of almost put a black eye on Central New York. I mean, because if you look at it, Cornell, one of the most prominent lacrosse programs in the country.
Yeah. One of the best schools in the country.
Absolutely. Is not going to be playing for the rest of the year, and they're not going to be playing in the tournament. And they made it to the semifinals last year, so it's not, this is not just a fly under the radar type team. This is one that's up there in national prominence.
It's not a joke. It's something serious,
Absolutely. It's very, very serious. And if anyone is ever a part of it, sees it, hears about it, you can't be a part of it, and you have to say something if you see it going on. That's how important it is.
It's detrimental. And the thing about it is, I'm glad someone did speak up about it, because if they didn't, some kids, I know Beeville's a very good, cross-country team. Some kids could have not been able to go to sectionals, go to states, finals. Everything like that, it's a big thing for them. And some of them might not have been able to have the chance to do it if something happened like that. So it's very sad sometimes.
And one of the crazy figures that I heard out there, 95% of all athletes that are hazed do not report it.
Really?
Do not. And that 95%.
That's a huge amount.
That's a huge amount. So for whoever to step up and, have their voice heard, I applaud them, because it's not an easy thing to do. Yep. But it's a great job to them for standing up for what they believe in.
Yeah, because on Wednesday, the Bees hosted a dual cross-country meeting with Syracuse West. It marked the first time in Baldwinsville boys cross-country team had competed since the investigating and hazing activity started. So, and they did win. They won 23-36. Jack Martin led the Bees by finishing first in 16 minutes 4 seconds, and Solomon Lawrence of Syracuse West was second in 17-4. So,
full minute behind.
Yeah. That's like what happened the other day with the girls cross country for our school. Megan Holsworth beat CNS, by that 1 minute in front of. So
I'd like to congratulate the boys Central Square cross country team. They had senior night last night, although it was a loss. You know what? Congratulations to you seniors. That's a big accomplishment. You stick with the sport for however long that you've done it, and to be recognized, that is outstanding. Also, a little shout out to AJ Beers for having a personal best yesterday.
good for him. Yeah, I know. And the girls had it too. They did have their senior night too. So
Awesome.
good for them. Yeah, I know they both they played West Jenny. Central Square lost to West Jenny 24-33, and the girls lost 20-39. So, it's still you go out there and you do the best you can. West Jenny's a hard team, It
Absolutely.
happens.
Absolutely. But congratulations to all you seniors.
Okay, on Wednesday, boys golf, we lost to Auburn, 194 to 232.
Is that because of you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there at that one actually. I had the open house, so
Good for you.
yeah.
Give it back to your community.
Yeah, I had to stay here all night. Also, coming up tonight, Central Square Boys Golf plays Auburn again, actually. So that should be interesting. Maybe we can get revenge on it. Revenge is a good thing. And girls tennis take on Oswego, so that should be good at 4:30. And boys football, Henniger.
Yeah, going against Henniger. I do believe Henniger's 1-2.
I believe so.
1-2, and we know that the Central Square Redhawks is 0-3. But you know what? They're going out there and they're battling every game, and that's what you can only hope for, is that they just continue to work hard, and good things come to those that work hard.
2-1.
Oh, they're 2-1.
2-1. Yep.
Okay, 2-1. So again, we talked about it last week. Could be one of those trap games.
It could.
Henniger comes in flying high. They're feeling tough, and then Central Square comes out and smacks them in the face. So we'll see what happens with that.
They did say the one thing that, and I'm looking at it right now, Henniger does have it says the QB wide receiver combo that did really good last week. So, you might have to fear that. But if Central Square can actually pull something out, it'd be really good, because next week, homecoming, they have CBA.
Yes.
And that's
A strong
CBA
team.
3-0, that's going to be a really hard game,
Yeah. From my inside sources, I do know that Central Square has changed up their defense a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe they can pull something off, yeah.
Maybe going from the 3-5 to the 4-3 or the 4-4. Put a couple more in the back in the flats and in the zones area. You never know, because obviously they're going to be a pass-heavy team because
especially with
Romero Collier. Yeah. So we'll see.
As long as they keep coverage on him, so that should be good. Also, CBA still the #1 large school top 10 on Syracuse.com. They're going against West Genesee, who is 2-1, 7 p.m. tonight at home. The brothers' defense isn't as dominating, but the offense,
50
points a game.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but
West Jenny's a good team.
they are, but CBA is
yes,
a better team.
I think they're just a step up.
the hierarchy kind of thing.
Yeah. So 3-0 and 2-1. Yep. CBA 3-0. West Jenny 2-1.
Same with FM. They're going against Liverpool 3-0, 2-1.
Yep.
It's the same kind of thing. The Hornets offense for FM and Liverpool, they're playing 7 p.m. on Friday. The Hornets offense 49.3, so the same thing. It's one of those things that's still up there.
High-powered offenses.
It
this
is,
year.
yeah.
High-powered offenses.
Apparently, you look at all the scores that have been coming through. 60s, 50s, 40s. They're all high. So there's nothing you can really do about it.
And what it is a lot of these teams have moved to the spread offense, so they're going to the air a lot more. So
Yeah.
and it is what it is. The games are starting to move faster. So it's crazy how many points these teams are putting up. Between the two teams, CBA and Fayetteville, you're putting up 100 points a game.
Oh yeah, and besides, the passing has been. I've watched videos, from highlights and stuff. They do not run the ball as much this year as they have in the past. They've been passing the ball way more than they have before. So that's pretty much the reason they've completed with it. So
And weather conditions are perfect. They're
Yeah.
supposed to be perfect all weekend.
yeah, so that should be good. Beeville goes against Rome Free Academy Friday. The Bees took a fancy to passing after FM shutdown. That was good. So
Yeah, well, and Beeville has predominantly been a run. That's Coach Sanfilippo. That's what he's done.
Personally?
Yeah, that's what he's done for 31 years. Is I'm going to smash you in the face, running
You're
it
gonna
down your
deal with
throat.
it, yeah.
Yep. So for them to go to pass, this is a whole new type of offense for them.
Yeah.
So. And they're probably, and what the thing is a lot of teams are like, Beeville's going to come out, they're going to run at us.
Yeah.
That's all they're going to do is run. And now they're going to pass, which a lot of teams aren't ready for it, unexpected. So, Rome Free better watch out for that.
yeah. The game of the week, ESM and Whitesboro. Whitesboro's they're a hard team, And even though they're 0-3, they're gonna come back. They've never they've never been winless really, and that's going to be something they're going to try to get back for. They're going against ESM, East Syracuse Manoa, who are 2-1. That should be a really good game. That's 7 p.m. They say that what happens when a streaking comet smashes into... Oh, that's Carthage. Never mind. That's Carthage.
They would forgive you.
Yeah, there's two of them, Watertown and Carthage. But the Spartans rolled into Fowler last week, but the Warriors aren't used to having a losing mark, so it's... I think they're going to pull something.
Again, another one of those trap games. And again, who am I looking for? Whitesboro. Sorry.
See, yeah, we'll do it. We can't see anything.
Yeah, Whitesboro.
It's a Friday.
It's one of those teams. The best 0-3 team out there. I mean, I know it's like an oxymoron. That's for you English teachers out there. It's the best of the worst, but they probably are the best 0-3 team out there.
It's just like saying in the NFL, with the Giants, the Steelers,
and the Bucks.
And the Bucks, yeah. I didn't want to say
the Bucks,
it, but
I will.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like that. You can't really predict what they're going to do because they're 0-3, but they're going to do their best to get out of that, and that's just what they're going to do. It's same with CNS. They were going against Cortland, and CNS is 0-3.
Yep.
And that's surprising to me anyway. I mean, I know they're predominantly not the best, but they're not the worst either in a way. So, that's a little surprising.
It's any given Friday.
It is.
Any given Friday, anyone can win. That's the great thing about sports.
It's a good thing about football too in general. I mean, it's basically with football. But small school top 10, Casanova and Homer, Oneida, Sandy Creek, Weedsport, and General Brown, all the top 6, all 3-0.
Someone's going to not be 3-0.
I know. Someone's got to. I mean, Casanova's going against Mexico, who are 0-3. That's probably going to be a blowout, honestly. But
Homer Westhill.
Westhill might have a chance. Utica Notre Dame is 2-1. They could have a chance. APW plays General Brown. APW's 0-3. So I know someone's got to knock someone out.
And if not, they're all going to be 4-0 because no one's playing each other.
No one's playing each other. Yeah. That's
wow,
gonna be weird.
That's.
Oh wait, hang on. There's more.
Sherburne,
Airville, and Frankfurt.
Schuyler.
Yeah, both 3-0. They can knock one of them out. And Watertown, IHC, and Lowville both 3-0. They can.
Does every school and small schools have a winning record?
Apparently, right now.
Except for the Thousand Islands, they're 1-2. Oh, Almar, APW's 0-3.
0-3, yeah.
But if you look across the board, it seems like everyone's either 3-0 or 2-1.
Yeah, 1-2. And then if you look at big schools, there's a lot of them that are 0-3. So there's a few of them. So.
Right. Interesting.
Small schools are doing good this year, apparently.
Yeah. Until they start playing each other, I guess.
Yeah, then someone's got to knock someone out sooner or later. It's got to happen. You want to go to the NFL?
Sure, we can talk NFL.
We can go NFL. Actually, before I do, going into the NBA quick, before it starts, it'll be starting up in the winter. Kevin Durant thinks that sitting out last season after the knee injury was best for Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, he's been doing great in practice lately, I heard. He had a big knee surgery last year and closed out his season pretty much. So, I mean, this year could be really good for... he's expected to return for the Bucks for the preseason opener October 5th.
You know what? One of those athletes that says, you know what, I'm not going to go back as fast as I need to go back. I'm going to take the time. I'm going to rehab my knee. I'm going to be sure
myself,
it's 100%.
I agree.
You know what? If I have to take the year off, I have to take the year off. So I think it shows his maturity level because a lot of the guys want to go back in and they go back too soon.
Yeah.
But Derrick Rose...
He missed the entire season, so, I mean, he has something to prove now.
Oh, absolutely. And I think he will come out and prove it. Because,
yeah.
I mean, he's a great player, and a lot of great players have been injured and come back from him. And I think he did it the right way by taking the whole year off, rehabbing, doing everything he needs to do to be the best possible player that he can be.
I agree with that. I also just got a message as we were starting, actually. Of course, it always happens. Sports Center, they sent me a little texts during the day when there's breaking news and stuff.
Nice.
And in the MLB news, Robinson Cano seeks a 10-year, $300 million contract, an enormous difference from what the Yankees offered. $300 million.
10 years, $300
$300
million. That's $30 million a year.
Good job, bud.
Hey, it's a business thing. It's a business thing. I get it.
But now still, oh my God.
Now you know my thoughts on this. No athlete is worth that much money. But you know what? As I've started to go through this process a little bit more in teaching sports and entertainment, it's not always the athlete's fault. The sports agent.
Yeah.
The
they
agent,
do all the work for them, so it's not like they choose.
The agent is the one who wants the most money because as much as the athlete makes,
that agent gets some.
The agent's going to get their 3% cut or whatever it may be, and that's a
lot of money for $300 million. 3%. I mean, that's a lot of money.
How much is it?
How much is it? I think it's $3 million. Yeah, what's on around there? Yeah,
He's a smart kid.
So yeah, I mean it's a lot
It's
for
a
them
lot
to
of
make.
money.
And if you figure an agent has, if they have Robinson Cano, say they have A-Rod, which isn't doing good right now, but I mean say they have Carmelo Anthony, Derrick Rose, say they have all those players, and they get a cut from all those, and you think that's hundreds of $1 million just from them, they're making half of what all of them are making.
Here's a question for you: who is Robinson Cano's sports agent?
I have no idea.
Exactly. You never know who these people are, but they're
Yeah,
making
but
millions
they're
upon
making
millions of dollars.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know.
Do you even know?
The last I knew, it might be Jay-Z. Check it out.
I know
I don't know.
I know there was talk about different things with Jay-Z, but maybe you're right.
And
That would be weird.
that's what Jay-Z needs is
Yeah.
more millions.
Yeah.
So
Jay needs something.
wow, 10 years, 300 million.
That's crazy.
Where do I sign up for that contract?
Yeah, right. Go back to football.
Never happened.
Before we forget, our Twitter page is going viral right now. I started putting the videos on YouTube. First day, 60 hits. So that's not bad for no one knowing about it, really.
Absolutely.
We have 62 followers right now, so that's not bad for us just starting out. It's a process. But I have been posting on there. You guys have been seeing it. A lot of people have been asking me in the hallways about it. This episode will air on Friday morning, like it should, But I also will do my best to put them on YouTube. Maybe Friday night. And hopefully it'll be on there so you guys can watch it on there. I put tweets on there so you guys know. I hook the URL so that they can go from there to YouTube and watch it. I put little updates if we're doing stuff. And we want your guys' input. We really do. If there's a certain sport, he wants to talk about bowling starting soon.
I do.
I don't know why, but
It's professional bowling.
I know, but I don't know what you can really talk about. But he wants to. Maybe you guys want that too. If you guys want more NASCAR, if you guys want more professional tennis, PGA, I don't know. This PGA's still going on. They got the President's Cup coming up soon.
Yep.
If you guys want any of that, let us know. Tweet at us at CS Sports Center, capital C and capital S in the beginning, and let us know.
We want you to make our show better,
Yeah, we
and we want your input so we can do that. So yes, at CS Sports Center.
We also want to know if you guys think it would be a good idea if we came at halftime games for basketball games or commentated in the basketball game, football games even. We want to know if they think that's a good idea firsthand. So let us know and tweet at us, and we'll go from there.
We'll do our best.
Amen to that. All right, moving into the NFL. I was going to start with the Giants being so bad, but you know what? I'm going to go
Knock, knock.
to the Bucs.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Oh, and who?
0-3 like the Giants.
Oh my God,
And
just
the
like the
Bucs.
Bucs and the Steelers.
And the Steelers.
Mrs. Harshberger's going to be mad.
Well, I'm mad, and I'm sure someone else will be mad too. But
Yeah.
hey, they're not good.
They are not. And how's Josh Freeman doing?
Just so you know, Josh Freeman has been benched. All right, he was a Pro Bowler.
Sadly enough.
He was a Pro Bowler a few years ago, and now he's benched. And what they're going to do is they're going to start
Rookie Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon, 3rd round draft pick. But hey, who knows? Maybe that's what the Bucs need. Greg Schiano is not afraid to say, "All right,
No,
you're
he's
not
not.
good. Go ahead and sit down. I'm moving to the next guy."
Yeah, and Greg Schiano said to the general manager that they believe that this gives us the best chance to win today, which is surprising. And they also said we've lost 8 of the 9 games, of the last 9 games, and we haven't played particularly well on offense in the last 9 games. Although it's not completely the quarterback's fault, that position touches the ball every play.
It's true. And
I agree.
And Josh Freeman, if you look at him on the field, he almost seems disinterested in football. He wants to be traded.
And I told you that statistic, remember, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said you knew it too. The Bucs have never had more than a 2-year contract signed for a quarterback, ever.
And if
That's
you
crazy.
and if you go down the list of their quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and I mean, and this is going way back, Steve Young,
Yep.
he won a couple of Super Bowls.
Yep.
4 of them, I think. They had Doug Williams, won a Super Bowl, not with the Bucs. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, not with the Bucs. So they have had a roster of great quarterbacks come through there. None of them stay because of they don't sign them for any more than 2
Yeah,
years.
they just get rid of him, and it's kind of stupid and selfish in a way.
It's mind-boggling to me why they even think of something like that.
I agree. It's something you got to think about. But instead of talking about the Blacks, let's talk about those Giants.
The 0-3.
Yeah,
0-3.
38-0 against the Panthers last week, and that was just disgraceful. I was watching that. I shut my TV off for probably half an hour, came back on to see if anything changed, and I made a bet too with some people about if they actually scored a point. I wouldn't rat on them that much in this episode, but I said if they didn't score at all, I was gonna go all over them. So
I mean, at least Tampa Bay
they lost
scored.
that. Yeah, at least Tampa Bay scored. And if we go really quick to where do I have it? I think it's right here. Yeah, power rankings. all the way down at the good-for-nothing bottom. The Bucks actually are below the Giants.
And that's fine, but they're not in last.
No, they're not in last. The Jaguars are, which is not surprising. But the Giants are 29th right now out of 32. And
They sacked Eli Manning 7 times.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
7 times?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was kind of what's the word?
Disgraceful?
Yeah, that's a good word. That's a good word for it.
Dreadful?
It was
Holy cow.
really, really bad. And you can say all you want about it not being Eli Manning's fault, which maybe some of it wasn't. Panthers' defense is pretty good this year. It's not bad.
Okay.
But he has the NFL record, or he's leading the NFL, I guess you could say, in interceptions and getting sacked. And he got 6 times in the first quarter.
I know it's difficult. That's a hard pill to swallow right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not protecting your quarterback and he's getting sacked, that doesn't do anything good for you. But if the quarterback knows he's going to be sacked, he's got to either throw it away. I mean, throw it out of bounds. I don't know. That's a conundrum, if you will.
The Giants, they have 13 turnovers and they lead the league in that. And that total, it didn't even hit until week 10 last year.
Wow.
And they're already there, and this is week 4.
So
starting week 4. So.
Ball security is a big
It's
issue.
a huge thing. And go ahead, yeah.
Turnovers and penalties is what lose games. And if you have 13 turnovers in 3 games, you're losing games.
Yeah,
and that's what it's going to be.
And they can. I mean, they did have David Wilson had a touchdown. They called it back because of something that happened, a penalty. So,
So
if I remember correctly, so they didn't have a touchdown. I felt really bad for them, and they ended up not getting it. I think they missed the field goal, I believe, because they got sent back a ways. But they play the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend.
We know they're rolling.
I know they're doing really good, and I know that their Chiefs are preparing differently for the Giants. I think they're actually thinking that they're actually going to try really hard because the Chiefs aren't really a really high team that people think about. This year they are doing really good, 3-0, but I still think the Giants might actually pull something this way. I don't know. I just have this feeling. No, you don't. Think so? You don't have to have that feeling. I just feel like something's gonna hit them. I don't know. I don't know. That's just the Sports Center intuition. I don't know.
Hey, I
What are you
believe in
gonna
that, but they're not going to happen.
I know. I don't believe in them. I can't stand them. But they had a thing the other day. They're trying to figure out. Maybe you guys can let us know who you think the worst New York team right now is.
Like between the Bills, the Jets, and the Giants.
I mean, if you go rank wise, it would be the Giants.
Oh, absolutely.
But from past things that have happened before, I mean, this is how the Giants started last year. I mean, they weren't 0-3, but they started bad. They were bad until week 6, I think. But the thing of it is, they got something they have to try to prove to get better, and I think that they might be able to get farther. But if you look at the Jets and the Bills, haven't had the best trade record, so I don't know.
The Jets are a media fiasco. That's what they are.
I can't stand the Jets.
Yeah, and then you have the Bills. I don't know.
The Bills are on and off in a way.
Very.
But, the one thing about the Giants, Tom Coughlin said the other day, the one thing that I did stress with the team following the game is that we really needed to put at this point in time is make sure that we stick together. Teamwork is the big thing. That we stay together, that we are one, that we don't point the finger and we don't blame anyone.
Yeah. Well, in this day and age of sports, that's a real tough thing to do because there's so many bloated egos and, athletes are making, like Robinson Cano, $300 million. So
yep.
I don't know. He puts a great sentiment out there. It's teamwork. It has to be the team. So I hope that they can come together because as a Bucks fan, I've gone through an 0-14 season and it's not fun, and you kind of lose interest, and I've
never been through that.
Nah, well I have, and I never want to see another fan have to go through because it's really difficult.
They're losing fans is what's happening right
Yes,
now.
they are losing fans, and it's too bad.
It's happening for a lot of the 0-3 teams right now, and that's sad. But if we do the opposite of that and go to the 3-0 teams, it's looking good. They're trying to figure out what Super Bowl contenders, 3-0 teams, of the 3-0 teams, which ones of the teams are Super Bowl contenders right now. And, I can say everything that they say. They talk about the Saints. They talk about the Dolphins. They're unheard of right now. No one talks about them and the Chiefs.
Ryan Tannehill.
I know. You got the Bears, which I don't care for. You got the Patriots. And, there's a bunch of different things said about every one of them. The Bears, I think right now, they have the easiest schedule right now. I looked at their schedule. They have the easiest schedule this year.
I agree.
By far, in my mind right now. I was looking at it the other day. And, yes, they might go far when they get in the playoffs. If they get in the playoffs, they're going to go downhill. Okay? Right there, I'm going to say it. The Saints, they're doing good right now. They have a good track record. Jimmy Graham's putting up big points. You know, Drew Brees, of course, but they always pass the ball, so Drew Brees always has big points. They're a good team. They'll probably go far. I don't know if they're Super Bowl material this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
The Dolphins, I don't know. The Dolphins and the Chiefs right now, you know, I'm just going to say, you know, that would be really, you know, well, that'd be a good Super Bowl. That won't. It actually could happen, AFC, honestly. But, yeah, that would be cool, you know, that they go far. But
I'm leaning, and here's the thing with the Chiefs. Everyone's discounting them. They have Alex Smith, who is a proven NFL quarterback.
No one puts. I mean, yeah, the 49ers got rid of him. Biggest mistake they've ever had. Colin Kaepernick is doing awful. Okay, he is doing completely bad right now.
I didn't say he was overrated. I said he was.
What did you say? Hyper or no? Started with an H, didn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. He's not overrated.
Yeah.
He's overhyped. That's what
hyped.
He's overhyped right now.
Yeah, he is, and the 49ers they're moving on. Dolphins, Chiefs. I think
watch the Chiefs.
I know, you really got it. And same with the Dolphins. I don't watch that much of them, and I never really have, but I think I might start. The Chiefs, too. I watched them the other night when they took on the Eagles. That game was great, watching them destroy the Eagles. That was good.
The bandwagon is going by me right now, and I'm hopping on.
I know.
I'm hopping on the bandwagon.
Getting off the Bucs wagon.
I'm hopping on the bandwagon to the Chiefs because
I agree.
I like it.
I do, and I think the Dolphins and Chiefs have a chance to go pretty far this year.
You're talking about an unbelievably experienced coach in Andy Reid
and
an unbelievably experienced quarterback in
yeah.
Alex Smith. That's a combination. That's a match made in heaven right there.
I think it is, and I don't think people give enough credit to Andy Reid, even though a lot of people don't like him. He was crying the other night because he won, and yeah, maybe that might have been foolish and laughing about it for some people, but that was a great time for him, you know, and he said Alex Smith and him make a great team together, so that's what's going to do it.
In Philadelphia, I just don't think Andy Reid and Michael Vick clicked. It just the chemistry wasn't there, and the chemistry's here with these two. I see it, it's going to work.
I think Vick was too injured all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't have enough time to build a relationship with Andy Reid. That was the problem. I mean, he was with the Eagles for a while, but still, that same reason.
The Bears, it's not going to happen because they got a brand new coach.
Thank you.
And
Okay,
a new coach in Jay Cutler. It's just not going to work.
Jay Cutler he's one of those unexpected kind of players. Like, he'll have a good record for, first 6-7 games, and then he'll start going downhill. He went downhill last year. Yes, he's doing good, and there's a lot of, what's the word? I don't know. There's a lot of people that say stuff about him. Jordy Alder said he got in a big fight, not, fighting, but verbally, football related.
I understand.
The other day with me, I shot him down. He's 0-3, like the Bucs right now. But you guys get so hyped up about the Bears, but Jay Cutler and the new coach, I mean, it's
a work in progress.
It is, and I think maybe next year. But when they get to the playoffs this year, they just have an easy season right now. Okay, and people said that 2 years ago about the Patriots. They had an easy season. Yes, they did, but it happens to every team every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just have an easy season. So
I'm jumping on the Chiefs bandwagon.
Of course,
sign me up.
And I don't want to have to talk about it because you hate when I talk about the Patriots, but they are on the list, so I kind of have to.
All right, they're 3-0.
They're 3-0. They got and that's one of I picked 4 games that we can talk about later. Games of the week for this weekend.
Okay.
Sunday Night Football, Falcons and Patriots. I think that's gonna be a good game.
I don't.
I know you don't. But yeah, Matt Ryan is ice cold.
I'm on the Patriots side. They're gonna win it. It's not gonna be a good game. The
it's
Falcons,
Sunday Night Football.
The Falcons defense is suspect.
So is Matt Ryan, and
it's not gonna be a good game at all. I probably won't even tune in.
Yeah, and Rob Gronkowski. After all, I gotta read it. Okay, I gotta read it. Where is it? Don't get mad at me. Where is it? I guess
he's reading about a guy who's not even playing right now.
I'll tell him in a minute. But anyway, Rob Gronkowski's coming back. He's coming back this week, hopefully, 100%. There's like 99.9% chance he is. There's like 0.1 he's not.
He should do what Derrick Rose did, sit out the year. Anyway,
Danny Amendola is almost 100% better. Finally, they said he wasn't going to be coming back until November 16th. He's coming back soon, hopefully. So. And a game, like they said, against the Denver Broncos right now, the Denver Broncos, I'll say it, they'll win. They'll win right now. When we get Gronkowski back and Amendola back, we will do something. We had Tompkins last week. We had Dawson
until they get hurt again?
Well, he's not going to get hurt again.
This is like his 7th injury.
You want to make a bet about this?
Listen, It's not right to gamble in
His 7th
school.
injury.
He.
And now
All right.
to gamble.
Here's the thing. Rob Gronkowski hurt. Danny Amendola hurt.
He's okay. Amendola is always hurt. Gronkowski
So's
is not.
Gronkowski.
No, he is not.
What are the injuries that he's had?
Last year was the first time he's got injured.
And what
bad.
injury
really
was it?
bad. Well, he
Really
had
bad.
two.
He's been injured, but now this one's really bad. So he's not always injured,
Well,
or he is.
It was like he got hurt, and then he came back because they thought he was good, and then he got hurt
Whatever.
again because it broke again.
I'm done with this conversation.
Anyway, so yeah, they're Super Bowl contenders. It's all right.
No,
so,
they're not.
Anyway, you could say whatever you want.
I will.
We'll see when it comes. We want to know what you guys think about the MVP watch this year. ESPN has put out an MVP watch to watch for, I guess, MVPs.
Obviously.
3 of the main ones that they have right now: Russell Wilson, Tom
I'll give
Brady,
a thumbs up to that. I'll give a thumbs down to that one.
and Ryan Tannehill.
I'm gonna put in the middle.
Middle for that.
You know who they don't have up there? Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Get on board with this quarterback. He is good.
Well, let me say that now. Those are the 3 that they have that they're watching right now. But the top ones go by this: Peyton Manning, number 1. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about him. 12 touchdowns right now. He has over 1,000 yards already.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna talk about him. He's doing great. It's because his receivers. He has great receivers this year. Drew Brees, same thing as usual. He's throwing up a lot of yards. You can't really say too much about him.
No, but the Saints, that's all they do is throw. So.
Thank you. Yeah, you're not the only one. Okay, I'm not the only one. People always say Jimmy Graham is so good. It's because he always passes to him.
Right. He doesn't really have anyone else to go to. So
I agree. And the one thing I do like about Manning though, he has 0 interceptions right now. I think he's one of the best out of the best that are in there that don't have any interceptions.
And he spreads it around.
He does, and you can tell that Drew Brees throws so much. He has 4 interceptions right now.
Right.
Brady's number 3. Doesn't have a lot of yards, but he hasn't been able to pass a lot. Because it's been happening like that. 2
Because he doesn't have
interceptions.
Rob Gronkowski or Danny Amendola because they're both injured.
This is gonna be the Andrew Ho show, and you're gonna get on the bandwagon and go.
No, I got a lot of fans out there. Tweet to me, fans.
And then also, Brady has 2 interceptions. 1 was accidental. I'll give him that. But Russell Wilson, number 4.
I
go with
like
that.
Russell
I
Wilson.
do like him. He has 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Actually, wow, someone has less yards than Tom Brady does right now, which is.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch. I mean.
Well, yeah, he does. He's a very good player, Marshawn Lynch. But Russell Wilson he's someone to make with this year. He's
Jay Cutler.
I don't even want to talk about him.
No.
People, okay, I'm going to read what they say about this analysis, then we can start throwing under the bus about it. This is the same guy we got called all kinds of unflattering names for standing on the sideline during the NFC Championship game a few years back. This guy who lowers his throwing shoulder at the end of a critical run play instead of sliding, leveling a defender in crunch time against the Steelers. Mark Trestman hasn't just turned Cutler into a more efficient passer, he's turned him into a superhero. It's the adventures of Surly Man.
That's funny, but he
hilarious.
He has no business being in the MVP watch, especially
Doesn't even
number
look like
5.
a quarterback.
Not at number 5. He's just no, thank you.
Let me find someone that should be up there instead of him. Let's see. That's weird. I don't see.
Please don't see Tony Romo.
No. I don't even see Alex Smith in the top 10.
I
and
know.
that's what I am upset about. Even though it's MVP, but they're really talking about quarterbacks right now, and Alex Smith is the underrated quarterback right now. He is very good. And Jay Cutler, he could switch out of Alex Smith right now, and I'd be happy with it.
I would be interested, looking at what they have up here for comparisons and numbers, I would like to see Alex Smith's numbers right now. How many attempts, what his passing percentage, yards,
You wanna get
touchdowns,
it up?
interceptions. I would be interested in seeing it because if you look at MVP, what does MVP stand for? Most valuable player. And he is doing an extremely good job with a team that doesn't have a whole lot of talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
He really is the most valuable player out there right now. He's led his team to 3-0, probably going to be 4-0 after this week. So it's just, he is a valuable player, and he's just not getting it because the marketing isn't there for him. You know what I mean? The overall promotion isn't there for Alex Smith. Again, great quarterback, great coach, match made in heaven, and he's just not getting the credit that he's due.
I agree. I'm waiting because we don't have a great service up here, so I'll see if it comes up.
That's fine.
Ryan Tannehill, number 6 for the Dolphins. Yeah, that's understandable. Matthew Stafford, the Lions are
Mediocre.
That's a good word for it. They're average. Megatron, that's his best transformer, I guess you would call it.
His own way.
Yeah, he's only. Calvin Johnson, he's the one that does everything. He should be in the MVP right now up here on this. He's really great.
And not only that, but he has Reggie Bush in the backfield. Although
Yep.
hurt, you still have Reggie Bush in the back, and he can make a big game play. I mean, that's what he can do. So
I agree with that. Matthew Stafford, we just talked about. Justin Houston, he's Kansas City Chiefs linebacker. You know, that's understandable. Talk about Romo while I find this.
Tony Romo, she should be nowhere near this list.
Just call him a she. You just said she.
Oh,
she
I'm
well,
sorry.
he is a girl, but go ahead.
Is the way I was projecting my votes.
Oh.
Tony Romo should not be anywhere near this list.
Uh-huh.
He's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry, yes, it says his 72.2 completion percentage this season is better than anyone else's but Peyton Manning's.
Okay.
Who have they played?
Who have they put? I have no idea. I don't pay attention to the Cowboys.
Neither do I, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, Tony Romo is just...
Hang on, I can find out.
I'm going to use the term, Tony Romo is not overhyped, he's overrated. All right? He isn't...
They played the Giants, beat them first week. Then they
Listen,
played,
my son's Pop Warner team could beat the Giants right now.
It's sad. Kansas City Chiefs beat them.
Understandably so,
17-16.
because Kansas City's going to beat a lot of teams.
Yeah, unfortunately. And Dallas beat St. Louis. And this week they play, who do they play? San Diego. So.
All right, so Tony Romo, what you've done in the past 3 weeks, I could have done. All right? Give me the line, I can throw the ball, I can complete it to the receivers. You haven't done anything special. You should be nowhere near the MVP race. That's just me. And if you don't like what I'm saying, tweet at us.
Alex Smith's profile's coming up. It's very slow because there's very little reception in here.
That's all right.
I just saw he had over, I think it was like almost 700 yards right now on
Okay.
the season. But, I mean, before we go into him, you can talk Aaron Rodgers. He's always going to be up there because of the yards he throws up, but he's exactly like Drew Brees. He throws the ball way too much. That's all they do. Yeah, he's on the MVP list, but that's like, he usually always is around there. You know, he is number 10, which I'm happy they're putting him there and not high up there. But 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 1,000 yards. You know. He's a good quarterback.
He's a great quarterback.
He is.
He's a great quarterback. He has been for years, and he will be. So
Alex Smith is his completion percent is 64, 105 attempts, 669 yards.
If we can I just want to scroll back up to Peyton Manning. Just to compare some stats. And yes, Peyton Manning's got 1,100 yards. I get that. He's good. But so Alex Smith has 670 yards. His percentage is 64. His is 73. He's got how many? 4 touchdowns?
4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
0 interceptions. Okay, so if we scroll down a little bit, he's got a higher percentage than Drew Brees in passing, less yards, less touchdowns, no interceptions. So
the one he matches up with pretty well, anyway, is Russell Wilson right now.
Right, and Russell Wilson's at number 4.
Yeah, and he completely,
he's far better than Jay Cutler. A little bit lower percentage. How many does he have more attempts?
105 attempts. Yeah, he has more attempts.
More attempts, a little bit lower percentage, more yards, less touchdowns, no interceptions.
I would go with someone that doesn't throw interceptions is someone I would go with any day, you know. And
he is protecting the ball. He's making good decisions.
Yep.
So I'd put him in there in the 5-6 range.
I would.
Just upset that he's not on the list. I don't think
the
he's
Kansas City Chiefs in general, they're good.
Yes.
You know, right now. I want to know what you guys think. I want your rankings for the MVP watch list right now. I'm going to give you some players, and I want you guys to show us your rankings. There's 10 players. We have Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Jay Cutler, Justin Houston, the linebacker for Kansas City Chiefs, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Tony Romo, Matthew Stafford, and Ryan Tannehill, and Russell Wilson. I want to know what you guys think. Tweet at us. You can tweet it, rank them, I guess. It would be a fine tweet, hashtag. And let us know what you guys think is up there.
And feel free to put your own quarterback in there. Like
Sure.
me, I would be putting Alex Smith in there.
He would be in there, yeah. If you guys don't want to use those players, use someone else. You could use
running backs, receivers,
Adrian Peterson. You know, I mean, he hasn't had a great season yet so far, but he's gonna, you know, he always does make stuff happen. So, let us know what you guys think.
We want to hear from you.
We do. The power rankings for week 4. I'm sorry, I got a cold. You know, Seahawks number 1, 3-0. Doesn't make much difference. They were that last week. Broncos number 2, same thing as last week. The Saints moved up. Last week they were 8, now they're 5. Number 3, they moved up 5. Their defense is doing better than they have before.
Mhm.
That's what's helping them be able to pass the ball more. You know, it's held up a lot more.
Yep.
So that's understandable. The Bears being up there at number 4 is not understandable. No. Yeah, it says their defense is 3 touchdowns this year, as many as the Buccaneers and Jaguars offenses. Chicago's defense has scored on 1.6% of snaps, higher than the Jacksonville's offense. I don't care.
Yeah, they haven't played anybody.
They have not. I mean, have you seen? I would show you the schedule. I can if you want, but it's so bad. They face all the under or completely like down at the bottom of the totem pole teams. You know, and yeah, I'm not saying they're awful teams, but they are playing not great teams. You know, they're not. They don't have any competition.
They're playing to the level of their
They
competition.
are, yeah. And I think the hardest team I think they have to face in the next coming weeks is the Saints, I believe. I think they play them, and that's hopefully the Saints will win. Patriots at number 5. They were number 7 last week, so they moved up 2.
Okay, how about the Bengals making? I
Bengals,
told
yeah,
you, sleeper.
I know. You did say it. I watched that game. They beat the Packers. Was it? I think the Packers. No. Was it Packers?
Yes,
Packers.
it was the Packers.
Yeah, 27-20 or 27-24, something like that.
I may
You
not
know-
know a lot, but
Andy Dalton has more than doubled his total QBR rating and against added pressure this year. His 73 quarterback rating is the 10th best in the league after 1 year at being 26th.
that's a solid QBR. I mean, it really
Yeah,
is.
for an unspoken quarterback, you know,
Absolutely.
that's definitely it. Dolphins, number 7. Little surprised that the Chiefs are number 8. I thought they would be up there more. But, you know, what are you going to do?
It is what it is. It's the Chiefs.
I know, and, you know, the people that put those in there. The Chiefs could be having the most yards in the league, the best offense, the number 1 quarterback. They could have everything the best, and they still would not be number 1 because no one talks.
Because it's the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs, yeah. No one thinks anything of them.
Right.
Colts at number 9. In between on that, Trent Richardson. He's been doing everything. Well, not everything, but he's in there right now. You know, he's
taking the pressure
yeah,
off the luck.
from the Browns. He came from the Browns, traded over. Ahmad Bradshaw got the yards on Sunday. He finished 5.5 yards per rush. Inside the tackles, more than doubling Richardson's average. So Ahmad Bradshaw is still, you know, he's doing the work, but Richardson's got something to prove.
And I don't think Richardson had a whole lot of carries. He
Yeah.
had 1 carry for a touchdown, and that's what really counts. So I mean,
Yeah. You know, we can keep going down. I mean, I could give you some really quick ones. Eagles, number 23 right now. Bills right under them at 24. Browns coming in at 25, 1-2. 26, Vikings. Wish they were doing better, I really do. But they've lost. The Chicago Bears, you know, they say they're so good. They've won 2 out of the 3 games they've played so far by 3 points.
right.
Against the Vikings, I mean, if you almost lose to the Vikings, you're not a great team.
And here's the thing: the Vikings. I mean, all of their hopes right now are pinned on Christian Ponder. I mean, that's tough. I mean,
It is tough.
that's a tough situation. I mean, he's not a great quarterback. I don't even know if he's a good quarterback right now. He's just
a
kind of
progressing
there.
quarterback.
Yeah,
He's a
that's a great
progressing-
term. He's a
progressing
progressing quarterback.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there right now.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Redskins, 27, 0-3. That one surprised me this year. You know, in a way, I mean, I knew they weren't going to do great, but I didn't expect them to start 0-3. You know, RG3, he's not as good as, not as good, but I don't mean it that way. I mean his health rate.
I don't think he's fully healed.
He is not fully healed. I told you about the brace that one time, you know, and he's not, what's the word for it? Playing ready, you know. He's not ready for that time, and I think he's just like what we talked about Derrick Rose, you know. He should have stayed out even longer, let someone else try to do it. I mean, I can't remember their backup quarterback, but he did good last year when RG3 wasn't there. He did okay. He wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think RG3 is coming back too soon from this
Yeah.
injury, and he's going to get re-injured, and then it's going to get ugly.
The Steelers, they might really start 0-4, like they said. If they protect the ball this poorly, 9 turnovers, 3rd most in the NFL, it's a distinct possibility. Luckily, the Vikings have even more. They have 10 because they're playing the Vikings.
Is completely shocking to me because Mike Tomlin is a guy who preaches fundamental football. Protect the ball, no penalties. And they have had so many turnovers this year, it's been unbelievable. So
And Roethlisberger is not at his peak right now.
No.
He is completely going
he might be at
downhill.
his peak weight. but-
Yeah, I told you about that. I told you it looks. I'm just saying I don't like look at them like that way, but I mean, when you look at him, I mean, he looks like he's getting a lot bigger. So, Big Ben's becoming very Big Ben.
Very Big Ben.
And I'm afraid the Steelers are going. I mean, I know Mrs. Harshberger and Mr. Richardson. They're very good Steeler fans, but
You guys can tweet at us too if you want.
Yeah, they're blowing up right now. Giants 29.
They're not
They
so
went
giant.
down 9. Yeah, they're not so
giant
giant.
right
They're
now.
Oompa Loompas right now.
Yes, they are.
They're blue, so that kind of or Smurfs even.
Yeah, we'll call
But
them Smurfs.
Smurfs, yeah. I don't even want to get into them again. It's just bad. The Raiders didn't have a bad game actually the other day. Who did they play? It's gonna bug me now. Oakland. Where is Oakland? Oh, Denver. They put up 21 points against the Broncos.
Yeah.
That's not bad against a team that's good. You know, that's not that bad. I was pretty surprised by that. So I mean, I give him credit, but Terrell Pryor, he's their quarterback now. So 2 of his 3 games. So
So the Raiders are 1-2, and the Giants are 0-3, and yet
the Raiders
Giants
still
are
are
ranked
below
higher.
Well, Terrell Pryor has posted a total QBR rating above 55 in 2 of his 3 games this season, something Colin Kaepernick, Matt Schwab, Eli Manning, and Andy Dalton can't say.
So if Eli Manning has posted a quarterback rating of under 55%,
He can say.
Terrell Pryor has been over 55%. Why are they ranked under the Giants?
It's just like I said with the Chiefs.
I know.
You know?
It's funny how they do these power rankings and things like that.
Yeah, and it's Buccaneers 31. You know, you can't really say anything.
Next week they'll be 32. I can say something. They're awful.
I don't know. The Jaguars are going to lose again. They're hosting the Colts.
Okay.
So the Bucs are playing.
It's gonna be a toss-up for last place.
It is. I agree with that. And Tampa Bay is playing Arizona Cardinals. You guys might be able to win something. You don't think so? I don't know. I'm just saying next. I'd like.
Well,
to
here it is. Brand new quarterback.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be messy. That's just me. I hope not, but hey, it is what it is.
It could be like some quarterbacks in the past. You know, they've come into a game after the quarterback gets injured and they start their highlight year.
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. Who else has done it? Tom Brady. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
I knew you were trying to get something right back. I just thought of that though. Tom Brady came in after it happened and he started his life. You know, so. Those are the power rankings for this week. Let us know what you think of them. You know, tell us what you think. Should the Kansas City Chiefs be up higher? I agree with that. You know, I think they should. Oakland Raiders be above the Giants? Possibly. Let us know what you think. Games to look out. I would tell you guys the full schedule, but I want to give you guys a quick little run out. I have 4 games that I picked as games to watch for. If you have another game you want to tell about, we can. But I have 4 games that I want to talk about. I know there are 2 0-3 teams, but I want to see what happens with that.
One of them's going to win.
I know, and that's what I want to see. I can predict who I think is going to do it, and it's not the team that you would think I would pick, but Pittsburgh at Minnesota, they play 1 p.m. on CBS this Sunday.
Barn burner.
It is. I think you know, with Ben Roethlisberger and Christian Ponder, I think Christian Ponder is, I know he's below average of what Ben Roethlisberger is doing right now, but he's not at average, you know?
Right.
So, I think Pittsburgh's going to lose. I honestly do. I think that Adrian Peterson can actually do something. I mean, you look at Felix Jones and Adrian Peterson. Felix Jones has 17 carries. Peterson has 69. Jones has 71 yards. Peterson has 281. 3 touchdowns for Peterson, 0 for Felix Jones. If they get the ball running, they're going to do something. The Steelers, they've been passing the ball. You know, that's all they've been doing. Antonio Brown, 20 receptions, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns. Then you got Jerome Simpson, for, what's it called? Minnesota Vikings. 12 receptions, 218 yards, 0 touchdowns, but still, I think the Vikings can pull it off. What do you think?
Adrian Peterson, difference maker.
Yep, he is. I think that's all. I think that's all you can say. And I think after this week, the Steelers are going to be bumped down. Where were they? They were number 28. They're going to go down by the Bucs. The 30s.
They don't have far to go.
Yeah, they don't have far to go. They really don't. But I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Philadelphia, Denver. I know you don't think, why am I picking that? They actually had a huge thing on ESPN about it, actually. And the way they were talking about it actually made it seem like it was going to be a relatively good game. The reason I think it's going to be interesting is the Broncos, they're a passing game.
Mm-hmm.
They're a passing game. The Eagles are both. They're not just a passing the whole time and then running. or not running at all. Michael Vick, 832 yards, 5 touchdowns. Then you got Manning, 1,143 yards, 12 touchdowns. You know, that's from all passing. Then you got a rushing. LaShawn McCoy, 62 carries, 395, 2 touchdowns. Noshawn Moreno for Denver, 32 carries, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. Less yards, I think that Deshaun Jackson, if he gets going with Michael Vick, they could actually have something going. And Demaryius Thomas, you know, he's always, and then you got Wes Welker there too. I don't know. I just think I don't know. I just have this, I know the Broncos are gonna win. Blah 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 blah. I just have a feeling this week could be Broncos having a little trouble winning the full thing. You know, not just winning it all, but they've won by a lot in the landslides in the last couple. I think this might be a little tougher.
I know, but that's what makes this show great. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know, I guess. 4:25 on Fox. They play on Sunday. I don't know. I just have this little thing. The way they were talking about it on the show earlier this morning.
He was persuaded by media people.
I wasn't persuaded. I just listened to what they were saying.
We'll go ahead and skip over this next game.
New England at Atlanta.
Seriously?
I just...
All right, we're going to boast about, yes, Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. Yes, New England's going to win. Atlanta is not good right now. Moving on. I like this game.
Okay, good.
This is the best game you've picked so far.
Thank you.
Gosh, at least he did one thing right. People.
There's not that many good games this week.
I know.
There really are not. And with all the 0-3 teams against all the 3-0 teams, you know, it's really understated. So, Miami at New Orleans, 8:30 Monday night. That's going to be a great game. 3-0, 2 teams, 3-0. It's hard to say the Saints are just like the Broncos, a passing game. You know, that's what they do. I don't know. The Miami team is a little in between. You know, they really haven't showed if they're more of a passing or a rushing team yet. So I think it's going to be interesting how they try to get through Drew Brees and everything and try. I mean, their defense is going to have to be really strong.
So you're picking the Saints?
No.
You're not picking the Saints?
I'm picking Miami.
Picking the Fins too.
Good. Okay, so
we're picking the Fins.
I wasn't picking. No, I wasn't going to pick Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees is overrated sometimes, and I don't care for him as much. So.
Yeah, go for the Fins, people. Go for the Fins.
I am. I'm thinking Ryan Tannehill's going to do it. So that's what I have. I think that might be all we have right now. Awesome. Any other games you want to talk about?
No.
Tampa Bay, Arizona. Oh, Giants and Kansas City. I'm really
blowout.
It's either going to be an 0-4 team coming out of it or a 4-0 team coming out of it.
It's a 4-0 team coming out of it.
I really, you know, I feel bad for the Giants in a way. They are.
Kansas City's at home.
So they have home court advantage. Not home court, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Home field advantage. I really want to see. I know people most of the school likes the Giants. You know that, but
I know.
You know, sucks for you guys. I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win.
I told you I hopped on the bandwagon
I know
about 20 minutes ago.
Really I want to see
bandwagon left, and I'm on it.
I think if they get up to 5-0, okay. Who do they play after that?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay, they could easily win. All right, and then you guys got a bye week next week, actually. Yes. Thank God. So does the Steelers. Oh my God! Actually, it's all the 0-3 teams.
Perfect.
That is kind of weird, isn't it, though? How they plan it like that. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and Washington.
That's crazy.
That's weird. But
5-0.
If they get 5-0, they can actually
6-0.
Who do they play?
Oakland.
Oh my God.
These guys could.
That'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game. These guys could go on a 6-0 run.
If they do that, they will easily get up the chart, and people will actually start thinking about that.
I bet you they won't. I bet you they
still
won't. I still don't think people will give them the credit that they deserve.
They deserve way more credit than they have. And, you know, it's funny. I'm looking at all the games with them, and, you know, they show, like, the tickets that are sold, how many are left and everything. It's weird seeing that Kansas City has less than most of the games that are going on, you know. So, I mean, people are going to watch them, and I think they're actually going to do something this weekend. They're going to kill the Giants. They're going to go against who did they have to play? The Titans, and then they had to play the Raiders. So, easy 3 wins in a row.
I see it. 6-0. I see it.
That'll be great.
I'm going to have to wear some Chief gear.
That would be good. For all you cheeseheads out there and Panther fans, for Green Bay, they have bye weeks, so, you know, they get a good break. I think Carolina could use it. I know they came off a win, but they still could use it, you know, getting some stuff going with them. Green Bay, probably going to be the same as when they come back.
They're still reeling from the Cincinnati loss.
They are. Any other games? Jets at Tennessee. Nah, I don't know. I hate the Jets.
Flip a coin.
But, you know, flip a coin, really. Seattle at Houston, that would be pretty good. with J.J. Watt, one of your favorites.
Yeah, I gotta go with Seattle.
Oh, Seattle easily win. I'm just saying it should be okay. Chicago at Detroit. I really want Detroit to win.
So do I. I'm not a
really-
big fan of Chicago.
I'm not. And I really want Detroit to win. And I mean, if they do, I'm really happy. If they don't, people will be talking about Chicago, whatever. They're not going to do. They have an easy season this year, so whatever. I don't care. And then Cincinnati at Cleveland. Bengals should win it. Baltimore at Buffalo. Unless EJ Manuel gets something going.
Right, but I think CJ Spiller still hurt?
I think he is hurt. I believe he actually was he on season-ending IR?
Oh gosh, I hope not for them. Well,
I
that could be bad.
Feel like I saw that the other. I don't know. I saw something. Someone was season. I feel like it was CJ Spiller. I don't know. I saw something the other day. I don't think he's playing this week, honestly. But with Baltimore's defense, they are not as good as they were last year. Baltimore, their heads are really, really. I don't know. They're just messed up right now. So they really got to pull something out. But I think I see Baltimore winning. I don't know. It could go both ways, I guess.
I agree. I think Baltimore's going to win. It's one of those games.
Yeah. You don't really want to pick, but if you have to, you have to go with them. So I think that's pretty much it. Before we forget, again, just want to let you guys know, tweet at us. Let us know what you think about our show. Let us know if you want any improvements. If you guys, we'll take any criticism you guys want to throw at us. I've already talked to many people. They've been asking where the show is.
Here it
wanting
is.
more of it. Yeah, here it is. You'll see it tomorrow morning. Today. And you guys can tweet at us. Just don't do it during school, get in trouble and all that. So tweet at us at CS Sports Center and let us know what you think. All right?
Also, Spirit Week next week.
Yes.
Participate, people. Show some school pride, all right? Participate.
If you guys,
I'm gonna.
If you guys don't know what they are, watch the morning announcements. They say it on that. And also, when you walk in the main doors, you hang a right and you go towards the elevator before you go to the English wing. There's a poster on the wall there before the elevator says all the Spirit days.
Because if you're confused, Monday is Pajama Day. Tuesday is
And one of them is
Mixed Match Day.
Nope,
We got Pajama Day, Mixed Match Day. Wednesday, Tie-Dye Day.
Yep.
Thursday, 90s Cartoon Character Day. And Friday,
Maroon and
the
White.
ever-popular Maroon and White Day. Maroon. I had a tough time saying that. Maroon and White Day.
There we go.
And I'll be hosting the pep rally this year. So if
Yeah.
you think we're not going to have a good time, you're sorely mistaken.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. And also, maybe we'll get to do the homecoming game thing.
You never know. Stay tuned.
That's the way we say the same thing. Thank you guys again, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Central Square Sports Center.
We're out.
See ya.